The Glasgow Clan and Fife Flyers opened their Challenge Cup accounts on Friday night, with a scoreline of 6-5 in favour of the Fife Flyers, with a couple of multi-goal performances by Mathieu Roy, Gary Haden, and a hat-trick for Shawn Cameron. It was a back-and-forth game, dominated by special teams. The Fife Flyers had 8 power plays, converting on 3 of those chances. Although the Clan dominated in terms of shots, the Flyers took their opportunities and converted. The scoring opened with this beautiful goal by the Flyers. The Glasgow Clan returned fire with a pair from Mathieu Roy and a snipe from Colton Waltz. That was before this awesome glove save from Owen. In the final minutes, Glasgow pushed to get another goal. After some good puck movement, this shot from the blue line was tipped by Gary Haden to make it 6-5. But it wasn't quite enough to equalize. After the game, the Clan's head coach Malcolm Cameron said, "Really disappointed, certainly in our discipline. Before the game we talked about ways they could beat us. That was odd man rushes and penalties. We did a pretty good job not giving them odd man rushes, but they did have lots of power plays. We can complain all we want, but we did it to ourselves." On Saturday night, the Nottingham Panthers faced off against the Guildford Flames. 2 teams that are set to battle all year long in the league standings, but also a continuation from their playoff battle last season. A close affair had to be settled in overtime, with Mike Hammond providing the game winner. The Panthers dominated the shot clock with 38 shots on goal, compared with the Flames only getting 24 shots. It was a well-disciplined game, with no penalties or power plays. DeBow also struggles to get going out of the gate, allowing 4 goals, with an 87.5 save percentage. Sam Marklund opened the scoring for the Flames with some silky mitts, looking like he was going for the backhand before pulling it to his forehand across DeBow. Later in the second, Sorenson found the equalizer. Later in the game, Tait found some open ice and skated at speed. Check out this perfectly placed shot into the net. The Flames pushed for more goals, but DeBow shuts the door with this incredible sliding save. They go to overtime, but it is ended quickly by a nice move by Mike Hammond to close the game out 4-3. Following the game, Panthers head coach Gary Graham said, "We are still refusing to shoot the puck at times, which is driving me nuts, frankly. But you know, ugly goals still count, they don't have to be pretty. So I think that's good for our team." On Saturday night, the Sheffield Steelers faced off against the Cardiff Devils, in what is sure to be a battle for the league title. It was a feisty game, with lots of roughing after whistles. Riley Brandt and Brendan Connolly involved, of course. The Steelers hit the post twice, but the star of the show going to Sam Duggan, who put up 2 goals and an assist. Despite all the penalties, neither team could convert on the power play. Both teams posting perfect penalty kill records. But the Steelers played solid defensively, only allowing 12 shots on goal, but a rough night for Greenfield, seeing a quarter of shots going past him. Ben Bones had a solid night with some highlight reel saves. But I think the Steelers can take something away from this game. that they played solid defensively and largely controlled the game. But despite that, the Devils found a way to win on the road. Duggan opened the scoring, with this nifty move, driving to the net, before roofing a shot. His beard gives him power. Once again the beard powers Duggan to making a nice pass, before Britton buries his shot to make it 2 goals for the Devils. A nice passing play by the Steelers allows Roska the tap-in goal to get the Steelers back into the game. Finally, Sam Duggan decides he is Alexander Ovechkin himself, with this wicked shot. After the game, the Sheffield Steelers head coach Aaron Fox said, "There will be a ton of positives for us when we watch that game back. To build from, I think our group got better tonight, we stuck together, and we found the system we want to play." Scottish rivals, the Fife Flyers faced the Dundee Stars on Saturday night, with the Flyers getting shut out at home. Philippe Sanchez, Elijah Barriga, and Chris Jerry the goal scorers for Dundee. Dundee take 2 points for their Challenge Cup hopes. The Stars dominated this game, with 38 shots on goal, and they spent almost a full period's worth of time on the power play, with 9 power plays, scoring on 2 of them. Their penalty kill stood strong, denying the Flyers on 3 occasions. And Anton Svensson stood tall, for the shutout. The Stars opened the scoring on the power play. After a nice passing exchange, Philippe Sanchez scored with a big slap shot, beating Owen Blocker side. The Stars made it 2, again on the power play, after Barriga receives the puck from a drop pass, before walking right up to the blue paint and roofing it. They closed out the game, with a quick shot from Chris Jerry, to finish the game 3-0. Following the game, Jeff Hutchins said, "When you're tired, and you're short, your feet don't move. And your brain slows down. And we took a lot of penalties that were just sheer tiredness. And then you have to execute on the penalty kill, and we just didn't do a good job of that tonight." Scottish rivals Dundee Stars faced off against the Glasgow Clan on Sunday, in Challenge Cup action. Stars taking the 2 points, in a tightly contested battle. Ryan Verrier, Colin Joe and Elijah Barriga were the goal scorers for Dundee, whilst Nolan Laporte, Mitch Jones, and Gary Haden got themselves on the board for the Clan. It was a high-intensity game, with chances coming from all over the ice. A total of 85 shots on goal between the 2 sides. Despite the score line, Glasgow played really well, dominating in most categories. 6 power play opportunities only provided 1 goal for them, whilst their penalty kill was perfect through 4 tests. They dominated in the face-off dot, a category they will be good at with Dixon and McParland in the dot. Despite that, the Stars managed to secure the points in regulation. Ryan Verrier opened the scoring, with some nice skating on the blue line, before releasing a lethal shot from the point which sailed past Driscoll. Laporte equalized for the Clan, finding some space down the middle, to shoot a perfect shot past Svensson. Later in the game, with the score tied at 3 apiece, the Clan go on the power play. But a turnover sent Sanchez on his way up the ice. A pad save from Driscoll left a wide open cage for Barriga to secure the win. After the game, Dundee Stars head coach, Jeff Mason said, "There is a lot of compete in our locker room. There is a lot of guys that have won before, and they have that hunger to do so again. The fire burns for them, and they compete so hard. The Coventry Blaze opened their home account, facing off against Midlands rivals, the Nottingham Panthers. It was a tight game, chances going both ways. Coventry got 2 goals early, and the Panthers just couldn't recover. An outstanding game from both goalies, but Paavo Hausinger in particular with some incredible saves. In terms of possession and shots, the Blaze dominated in those areas with 32 shots on goal. There was only 1 penalty in the whole game, but Coventry was unable to convert. Paavo Hausinger comes out with a 96.15 save percentage, and was truly the star of the show. D-man Garrett Johnston opened the scoring, walking in from the blue line, before taking a perfectly placed shot, beating Jack Barry. Shortly after, the Blaze win the face-off, before Curran takes a blistering slap shot from up high, making it 2 goals for Coventry. It took some time for a response, but eventually Panthers get on the board, with a nice tip in goal for Sorenson, making it a 2-goal weekend for the forward. Following the game, Coventry Blaze head coach Danny Stewart said, "It was a gutsy weekend, all the way through it. Not an easy opening weekend, going to Manchester in the shelter, and learn what that rink is all about. And then obviously Nottingham, very skilled up front, with a lot of talent over there." On Sunday, the Cardiff Devils faced the Manchester Storm at home, in league action. A fairly one-sided affair, with the Devils posting 8 goals. A hat-trick from Cole Sanford, along with a pair of goals from Riley Brandt helped get the win. Along with an excellent game from defenseman Sam Jardine. Putting up 41 shots on goal, the Devils dominated in possession, converting on 2 of the 6 power plays. Along with 100% on the penalty kill, their special teams came up big. It started with Sam Jardine jumping up into the play to snipe home the opener. It wouldn't be his last point of the night. Later in the game, Cole Sanford has a natural hat-trick. 3 goals in a row, in the second period, starting with a shot from his knees. Trevor Cox with a tenacious turnover and pass through to Sanford for his second. A wrist shot from in close, beating Levine blocker side. Rounding out the hat-trick, Sanford threw a puck on net, beating the goalie 5-hole. After the game, Manchester's head coach Matt Ginn said, "I didn't mind our first period. We weathered the storm. We gave up a tough one late. But then in the second, it was unacceptable, it was embarrassing. They skated around us, and we had way too many passengers tonight, which was just not good enough." The Guildford Flames faced the Sheffield Steelers at home in the Spectrum on Sunday. Sheffield took the 2 points home in the league standings, with a 4-1 win over the home side. Scott Allen put up 2 goals, along with goals from Brandon McNally and Thomas Patul. Peter Crinella the lone scorer for the Flames. Special teams impressed for the Flames, with 3 successful penalty kills, and 1 power play goal. Despite winning the majority of faceoffs, and putting 38 shots on goals, the Flames still came up short. Matt Greenfield played solid in net. Brandon McNally opened the scoring for the Steelers. But the Flames responded quickly on the power play, as Roska sat in the box. Crinella with this one. Scott Allen then put the visitors ahead, with a brilliant poke check to force the turnover, before deking the goalie. After another goal from Scott Allen, Thomas Pitoul closed the game out, making it a final score of 4-3. After the game, Flames head coach Paul Dixon said, "It was a 4-1 score line, but certainly from a playing standpoint, it didn't feel like we got beat 4-1. There was lots in that game that I liked about our team tonight. Unfortunately, it was one of those games, when we made 2 or 3 individual errors, and we got punished for it.